before, but his handlock is pretty similar to Ecob's handlock. It's got the two Hellfires, the two Shadow Flames, and I think that's going to match up a lot better against the Shaman as we saw in that matchup. It looks like he's going to pick the Rogue.
Kind of a toss-up.
He's going to pick the Rogue.
This could be Tempo Rogue. Maybe not. He's got a Shadow Step in there.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be Miracle Rogue, even though Savjz loves the Tempo Rogue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely Miracle Rogue with that concealed preparation.
Yep.
You can't be feeling too good about that draw.
And this is going to be the same Miracle Rogue that we saw from Kalento. It's got the Cold Light Oracle in it also, the single Earthen Farseer, and the single Azure Drake.
The plus side for Savjz is that Admirable doesn't really have like a blazingly fast hand. So it's going to be difficult for him to put on a lot of pressure.
All right. Admirable. Okay, so Admirable's not the best, and doesn't get a chance to start with the Argent Squire like he did last game, and
yep. And it's pass, and then dagger.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and slow, I think, between both of these guys.
We might just throw down that Pyro, actually.
Yeah.
It is kind of nice to be able to clear the gadgets in with Pyro, Lightning Storm, and some combination thereof. So.
All right, but he has got two Lightning Bolts now. He's definitely going to be set up to remove any of those, SI agents, Earthen Farseers, that sort of bit. And looks like Admirable is just content to just continue just to throw down totems, kind of save up cards, build up some power in his hand.
Yep, and we do see that he has managed to draw himself a Gadgetzin Auctioneer.
Oh boy, and that could be enough just right there, just having Gadgetzin.
That's the important card, yeah.
Yeah, just being able to time it whenever you want to time it. And for those of you who've never, that are new to Hearthstone or just watching for the first time, the Gadgetzin allows you to draw a card every time a spell is cast. And this type of rogue allows you just to draw endlessly sometimes because you have a lot of 0 mana cards, and it can go on 5-6 draws sometimes on a turn, and you can do some enormous damage, or either build your hand into some, just a really, really powerful combo at the end.
Yep,
right,
and it looks like he's going to preparation into conceal.
Yep.
To hide his Gadgetzin, but Admirable actually has a guaranteed clear on that.
He's got the spell power, right? He's got the.
Well, he's got the Pyromancer.
He's got the right. He's got the Pyromancer.
Better than spell power.
It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. The storm will do 2 plus potentially 1 from the roll and 1 from the pyro, and then if he misses, he can coin.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he can power twice.
That's actually exactly what he does. So
yeah, so he powers twice, removes it, and it's definitely going to help out Savjz. He did get some value out of it. He already drew 2 cards at least from the Gadgetzin, so it wasn't one of those. Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he drew at least 2.
Yeah, 2.
No, he drew 3 because he used backstab, prep, and.
Right. So he drew 3. So he at least got some value out of that first Gadgetzin. There's another one in the deck too, so he's still got the Oracle to help cycle some more cards, and he's looking pretty good too. So Savjz is still set up, I think, pretty well to draw for the Leroy Shadow Step type of combo towards the end.
Yeah, he's getting into the later turns with a pretty full hand, and he doesn't have a Gadgetzin to really ramp things up, but he could draw it at any time. He's got more ways to win than just Gadgetzin, so
yeah, absolutely. Looks like Savjz is just gonna use Fan of Knives here. Okay, so he just wants to cycle there. Fan of Knives can be pretty useful. It can be kind of useful against Shaman though. So
he'll probably just eviscerate and then dagger up. Uses up all his mana, keeps the board clear.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna
in for 1.
Hero power. Looks like he might save it because he has the poison in his hand.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Looks like he does. Yeah, so he saves the swing there, and looks like Admirable's turn. Okay, that's a pretty good draw from him. Get just a nice big unit on the board. A little bit awkward mana there. Doesn't get a chance to totem. I'm sure he'd like to, but
he was also overloaded last turn from the lightning toe.
Oh, okay.
Lightning bolt on the Farseer. So.
Oh, right.
Still used all his mana.
True. Okay, what is this? This is okay. It's going to be drawing some more cards here. Really, really nice play here with SI Agent removing the the Fire Elemental. Value play there. He pretty much lost no cards removing the Fire Elemental.
Yeah. That was a pretty big turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, again, like, Admiral's pretty threat light, and he's been pretty fortunate to keep drawing threats here.
Okay, so Admirable goes with the value play with the Alkir. Not going to save it towards the end. Just going to go really put pressure on their Miracle Rogue. That's the way to beat the Miracle Rogue sometimes. You got to get pressure on him. Make him remove your minions.
You have to get pressure where you can. But we do see Savjz has drawn that all-important Gadgetzan Auctioneer.
Gadgetzan Auctioneer, absolutely.
Let the card draw roll. He's going to draw at least probably 3 or 4 cards here.
Okay, so he's going to poison. He can actually remove it with the swing into the Blade Flurry. Not the ideal play for him, honestly, with the Blade Flurry, but Alkir is such a powerful, just an important unit, honestly, to the Shaman deck, so it might be worth it. He'll draw again after the Blade Flurry, but he doesn't want to do it, but I think he's going to have to do it here. You don't want to sap it, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can't really sap it. He doesn't really have any good way to deal with it either. I mean, it's got to be the Blade Flurry. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, and
he doesn't really want to do it, but kind of has to. And I think he's gonna also just Cold Blood to draw, but that seems so.
I think you wait on that. No, I think he's really setting up the Leroy combo here. He's getting further down his deck. He's got both Cold Bloods at this point. He's got 1 Shadow Step, and still got an Oracle to draw a couple cards too.
It's true.
Let's see what,
I guess he does have the Oracle, so he's not completely out of card draw yet.
Okay, I think he goes for an Air Totem here, so he can get that +1. Yeah, that +1 spell power, so he can remove the Gadgetzan with the Lightning Bolt. Oh, he misses on it. It's going to be a little bit more costly.
Yeah, the Hex doesn't really have that many great targets.
Good point.
He has Earthshock still for a big Van Cleef, so he's not really in any danger using that Hex there.
Okay, so looks like Savjz is, really trying to figure out the best way. He doesn't have any removal cards in his hand. He's got the Sap. That's definitely not going to be used here. The Oracle, though, I think he probably plays the Oracle, right? Just draw a couple cards here, see if you can get.
You don't really have a good line here. Admirable's at 25, which, that's a pretty high life total. It's not impossible by any means, but he does need to get drawing some cards. Like, Leroy is going to be how he wins this game.
He just needs 1 Leroy and 1 Shadow. I mean, he can draw 2 cards right here. And he'll have the Sap, too, potentially, to help him out a bit, too.
He's going to use the Cold Bloods to get in the damage now,
just
actually.
To get in it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter when you get the damage, right? Because the Cold Blood's not doubled or anything like that. So he opts to get it going in now and actually put down the really strong Edwin Van Cleef there, an 8/8. Fortunately for Admirable, he has an Earthshock there. He has a Big Game Hunter, too, so he has multiple answers.
Big Game Hunter the Frog and Earthshock the Edwin?
Oh my... those are good choices.
It's really tempting just because it's funny. But,
he could do either, actually, now.
Yeah,
now
Earthshock would... Well, actually, he rolled an Air Totem.
Yeah, he rolled an Air Totem.
Yeah, he actually could do either.
Yeah, so ends up removing it. The Earthshock Totem guy silences a minion and does 1 damage. So with the Air Totem, would have done 2, which would have killed the base 2/2 Edwin Van Cleef.
Because silence enters first before any of the damage.
Yes,
so.
Exactly. So this is turning out to be a fun game here. Admirable is looking really good for the next turn. And Savjz really digging for that Leroy Jenkins. Still hasn't gotten it. Leroy would actually be the end of the game if he can get it.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that Admirable doesn't draw into something like Feral Spirits, then Leroy could potentially end the game next turn.
He does have two. He does have 2 saps, but I think you can only fit in 1 sap if you're going to do the double Shadow Step move.
Yeah, and I mean, he almost has to kill this Flame Tongue Totem. He's looking at 10 damage and spell power, which means that, like, 1 spell and the Fire Elemental, or just a Lava Burst, kills him next turn. So he's got to do something about the Flame Tongue, or maybe he can just, like, sap both of the real minions. But, yeah, he's got to be thinking, how do I live another turn just to give myself that chance to draw Leroy?
Yeah, I think he saps one of these guys. No? Okay, so he opts not to sap it. It's probably good. That's actually probably a really good move, given that he's not really in that big a danger. Alkyr's not on the board anymore. No, the Flame Tongue Soda wouldn't do anything to you. I think he's already used one Lightning Bolt, right? Oh my God, double Rock Biter?
That's going to be enough.
That's it.
Lightning Bolt is essentially 6-inch. He's got two Swell Powers and the Unbound Grows.
Yeah,
so.
Unbound's going to go up. So he actually does have lethal here. And Admirable is going to take a 2-0 lead on Savjz with a surprising lethal there at the end. What did he top? Did he top deck a Rock Biter? What did he top deck there at the end?